Luca Guadagnino on Call Me By Your Name. It's a step inside my teenage dreams. Guardian critics voted the gay romantic drama 2017's best movie. Its director explains why the film has resonated with so many and his plans for a possible sequel. Congratulations! Call Me By Your Name is the Guardian's film of 2017. It makes me feel so happy. Are you surprised by how the film has resonated with people? We did the movie in Cremona, in northern Italy, in 2016 as a little family affair. And we brought it to the world feeling proud of it but not knowing what to expect. This is a movie about a family, compassion, transmission of knowledge, of being better people because someone's otherness changes you. That this kind of discourse could be embraced by an audience and critics is very warming. Those themes of sharing knowledge and emotions seem relevant at a time when people are talking past each other. We have mindlessly been falling into a hole of individualism, a world in which we somehow lazily prefer to be confrontational, enraged, unconnected with our emotions. Because it fits better the sort of technology in which we are now soaked. Call Me By Your Name encompasses what I've found striking about life, that you can be a better person, and you can build a bridge to go and meet new people instead of confining yourself within your own boundaries. The film was made in your hometown, and it is set in a similar time period to your own childhood. What sort of feelings does it stir from your own youth? I was 2 years younger than Elio is in the book the film is based on. But I remember my childhood and adolescence distinctively, and how I was already starting to be a director, because I was sitting at the far end of a room studying people dancing at parties. I was reading books and imagining stories in my own mind, and I was starting to become a young man aware of his own sexuality, although, unlike Elio, I did dare to speak up about it. The casting of Armie Hammer and Timothy Chalamet is something that people have latched onto. How did you know you would be able to bring out the chemistry between them? I had been a great fan of Armie since seeing him in The Social Network. I met him 10 years ago and I kinda fell in love with him. I followed his career, and once I had something to propose to him, I did. And I was lucky that he said, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." With Timothy, I met this young, feverish boy in New York 4 years ago. He was 17 and already had the lean, nervous appearance of Elio. Timothy is such an ambitious young man, he really knows what he's doing. But he is also naive, so the mixture was intoxicating and perfect for the role. I was surprised to hear you have already discussed possible sequels. The story feels so self-contained. What are your plans? These characters are so fantastic, and I want to know what happens to them. The last 40 pages of the book tell you about 20 years in the life of Oliver and Elio. So I started to think about Michael Apted's Up, and the cycle of films Truffaut devoted to the character of Antoine Doinel. And I thought, maybe it's not a question of sequel, it's a question of chronicling everyone in this film. I think seeing these characters growing in the bodies of these actors will be quite fantastic. There's a lot of Oscar buzz about your film, though there have been some suggestions that Moonlight winning last year might hamper your film's chances. Does the comparison between the two films frustrate you? I love Barry Jenkins's film and I am excited by the comparison. His work has a formal style that comes from a certain kind of cinema that I love, in particular, Hu Shaojian. So I feel a sense of brotherhood with what Barry Jenkins did. Your next film is a remake of Dario Argento's Suspiria. Can you tell us a little bit about it and your relationship with the original? Every movie I make is a step inside my teenage dreams, and Suspiria is the most remarkably precise teenage megalomaniac dream I could have had. I saw the poster when I was 11 and then I saw the film when I was 14, and it hit me hard. I immediately started to dream about making my own version of it. So in a way it makes me smile when I hear people say, "How dare you remake Suspiria?" Typical commerce-driven mentality. I was just a boy who had seen a movie that made him what he became. So that's how I am approaching it, a homage to the incredible, powerful emotion I felt when I saw it. It's weird that remaking a film is a negative thing, but in theater or opera, say, a new staging can find things the original missed. Do you stop watching Tristan und Isolde's mise-en-scene because Patrice Traz was so incredible? No, there will be a new one that will be fantastic. How many Hamlets have we experienced in our lifetimes that were fantastic? Human art is not about inventing originality. It's about finding a new point of view. Capitalism wants to tell us something new is always coming. It's not true. The iPhone X is the same as 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the great marketing qualities of Apple that make us want to buy this stuff. But it's the same. Do you need a 10 after you got the 8? You don't. Well, I need an iPhone X because my 7 is starting to feel a bit creaky. Yes, because they are engineered like that. But I can tell you that Suspiria, by Luca Guadagnino, will stay strong and not get creaky like the iPhone. Since you're here and we have a small favor to ask. More people are reading The Guardian than ever, but advertising revenues across the media are falling fast. And unlike many news organizations, we haven't put up a paywall. We want to keep our journalism as open as we can. So you can see why we need to ask for your help. The Guardian's independent, investigative journalism takes a lot of time, money and hard work to produce. But we do it because we believe our perspective matters, because it might well be your perspective, too. I appreciate there not being a paywall. It is more democratic for the media to be available for all and not a commodity to be purchased by a few. I'm happy to make a contribution so others with less means still have access to information. If everyone who reads our reporting, who likes it, helps fund it, our future would be much more secure. For as little as £1, you can support The Guardian, and it only takes a minute.